Oh, that was cold. Next week, we get back from winter break and it's finals. And that sounds exhausting and daunting, and then also kind of freeing all at the same time. I have things planned. I was talking about it on my stories the other day. I have things planned for especially my American Lit 11th grade English class that I just don't feel like doing anymore. It was going to be a continuation of where we ended with The Great Gatsby, but like we ended with a darn good one-pager. Like, it's fine. We had a one-pager project. It answered, or it addressed and explored the unit essential question. And now I just want to do something different. I literally have 3 days, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and then finals. And that's it. So I'm going to do something different. And I decided that you're going to plan it with me right here on this blank envelope that came from my mortgage company. Because, like, why would I get up and go get paper when I had an envelope right here? I am definitely going to be recycling something that I've done before, a project that I've done before. I know I want them to do some research. The skills that I know I need to be assessing with students, and that I would have been, what I had planned before was basically a research and kind of like, there's crumbs everywhere, and like a synthesis project. And so rather than going back to the things that we've done all term long, because we've been out of school for 2 weeks and nobody really wants to rehash the past when it's the first week back in January, I am going to assess the same skills. Oh, wait, what am I doing? Sorry, I got talking to you and then I just started writing Thursday and Friday, but no, it's final day. I know I want to see their research skills. I've done a lot of writing assessment, so I really don't need, like, that's what we did right before break. This one pager was assessing their like written analysis. I don't need to do that. Okay, so here's my thought. It's American literature, and we have been looking at this quarter 2 different essential questions. One about to what extent is America a dystopia? And we looked at The Marrow Thieves, which is like one of my favorite books, and the kids really actually enjoyed it. It's brutal. It's straight up dystopia, and it's absolutely brutal, but it's so good. And then we looked at what is the relationship between freedom and responsibility with The Great Gatsby and some other like supplementary texts. I've talked about both of these units on the Brave New Teaching podcast. So if you want to know more about them, just let me know. And I'll be teaching it all again in the spring. So I'll just lead you through it. But anyways, I'm thinking I would like to pivot a little bit, because this end of the term final was going to be about like story. What is America's story? Like, the question I really like is what is America's story and who gets to tell it? But I think I'd like to tweak that a little bit and look at how much of our American identity is wrapped up in the stories that we tell about American identity, right? So I'm going to just right here at the top of my beautiful note sheet envelope, America's story wrapped up, I don't know, I'll word it better. America's identity, identity, I got all excited and then I got ahead of myself. Wrapped up in stories we tell something. I want to do a twist on a project that I've done before where students research and report upon unsolved mysteries. So I feel like I want to look at American unsolved mysteries. I don't know why, but like there's something really cool there. I mean, I do know why, but like I can't articulate it. Okay. So like unsolved mysteries, maybe even just American folklore, American lore, and then maybe just like American folk tales, which is the same thing as folklore. But we're going to say it differently so that students cannot think that it's all creepy, unsolved mystery crime stuff, but it's also like Johnny Appleseed. American folk tales. It's really all in the way you sell it and communicate it. What I'm thinking is I will give students an option of like, pick your topic, research your topic, and report upon your findings. I'm going to like hammer this out a little bit, and then I will show you what I come up with. Hold on. Okay, the paper plate is admittedly unhinged, but I think I've got a good outline. I'm just gonna green screen this so I can show you everything at the same time. I would absolutely be lying if I said that this was the first time that I ever lesson planned on a paper plate, but that is neither here nor there. So I sort of wrote out a little question. I'm still not totally in love with it yet, but what are the impacts of the stories we tell on our identity as Americans? Honestly, I just need to workshop it with Amanda, and then she can help me with that. But here's my outline of the week. We are gonna start with a little, whatever that question ends up being, like a 2-minute quick write on it. I just give everybody a half sheet of paper. They have to write down the question, and then they do their initial response. So whatever question I land on, they'll just do an initial response to it. Then I'll introduce the project, and we will select topics. I kind of like the idea because we are prepping for the Brave New Teaching podcast a cool March Madness situation, Poetry March Madness, and then I'm looking at the Tony Awards brackets. What about brackets? And so I can have a bunch of topics, and if students want to go off of my list of topics, they totally can, but I want them to choose 4 and compete or something like that. I don't know. So that then they're actually really thinking about what topic they want to use. We'll probably start research that day as well. I will absolutely be giving students a list of approved sites that they can use, and maybe they have to use 2 of the ones from me, and they have to find their own research sources, not sites, sources, something like that. I don't know. I'm still coming up with it all because it's still winter break. So technically I have 48 hours. Then moving right along. On Tuesday, we will research. Yes, there will be a place for them to record their research. By the way, most of this I already have made. Not because I'm tooting my own horn, but just I've done this project before. They haven't done this project before, and I haven't done it necessarily with American Lit. So here we are, we're changing things a little bit. And then wham, bam, thank you, ma'am. Wednesday, they'll be creating a slide deck. So we'll be working on some of those written communication skills and visual communication. And then on the finals day, they will present. And won't I just be their favorite person ever when I make them present? I actually really like where this is going, and I will keep you updated. Let me know if you want more details on this, or if you just want to follow along in my stories. I'll keep it going next week.